Critical thinking is by far the most simple way to improve your life. And why is that? Well, because we're all thinkers. We're all creatures of our minds. Everything that we do starts with a thought. So you have a thought or a belief that turns into an action. Maybe something you say, something you do, something you write. So if you can improve your thoughts, then you can improve everything else about your life. A few years ago, I was invited to do a critical thinking academic success seminar at the University of the Southern Caribbean. And I was speaking to 250 students in the business department. And we were on the first day of sessions. And after our second hour, we took a break. And one of the students walked over to me and she said, "Dr. Booker, can I give you a hug?" And I said, "Sure." And she hugged me, and then she stepped back, and I noticed she looked very emotional. She kind of had tears in her eyes, and she said, "I need you to know that I have been wrestling with an issue for the past 4 months, and I haven't been able to work it out, and I just worked it out over the 2 hours that you have been here." As we had introduced her to these components of critical thinking, she was able to use those to think through the issue that she had had trouble with for the past 4 months, and she was able to work it out. That's what motivates me, because I want each individual to be able to change their space. And if they can improve their thinking, then they can easily do that. Traditionally, we all learn critical thinking sort of within a box. So we learn critical thinking in high school within a certain context, or in college. So either we learn it in English, we learn it in science, we learn it in math. So it's kind of stuck in its own separate box. So you hear about the critical thinking and they say, critically think this math problem through. But when you walk out of the classroom, you're not going to use it anymore because you've only been taught it within the context of math or science or English. This method that I share with students and everyone else is a different method because it's practical. It can be used in every context throughout your entire life, whether it's in your academic space, or whether it's in your business or professional space, or whether it's in your personal space. So this method is not just in one context, but it's in every context. And that's what makes it different. It's my hope that every individual that takes one of the courses that we've developed for Next Step Academy will be able to take these critical thinking components and use it in whatever area of their life that they need it in. That is my hope. And I believe that if they do apply the components on the critical thinking wheel, that they will be able to improve their space, which is great, because if they can improve their space, then they're improving the people that are around them as well. Because as we change how we think, and as we think more deeply, then it rubs off on the people around us. And so they are affected by our better thinking. So in essence, you're sort of dropping just a drop in the water, and then as you see, the drop causes a ring that then spreads and gets bigger and gets bigger. And that's what we hope will happen. So in changing their own space and changing their own thinking, we can change the world.